I was skeptical about this one. I mean, I've seen a lot of big TVs in my time, and most of them just look like big screens with bright lights behind them. But then I actually hooked this Sony up in my living room for a weekend, and I walked out of there thinking, okay, maybe I need to upgrade sooner than I thought. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First thing that struck me was how dark the blacks get. I'm talking about a movie night where I'm watching something with a lot of shadow scenes, you know, the kind where you're straining to see the villain hiding in the corner. With this OLED panel, the areas that should be black are actually black, so the contrast pops like it's not even the same picture. It's not just a little better, it's the difference between guessing what's in the dark and actually seeing it. I had a friend over who swore he saw details in a scene I'd watched a dozen times, and he wasn't exaggerating. Colors are next level too. I stream a lot of nature docs, and the greens in the forest shots looked like they'd been painted with a fresh brush instead of printed on paper. Reds and sunsets were so rich they almost felt warm to look at. It's one of those things you don't notice until it's gone, and once you see it, regular TVs look flat by comparison. Gamers are going to love the HDMI 2.1 features. I plugged in my PlayStation 5 and the menu automatically recognized the console. All the settings, VRR, 4K at 120Hz, Auto HDR tone mapping, were right there in the game menu, so I didn't have to dig through 5 layers of settings to get the best picture. Latency was basically non-existent, which made fast shooters feel responsive in a way my old TV never did. Even the little things, like the screen flashing when I got a notification on my phone, felt seamless because the TV's processor handled it instantly. Smart Side is handled by Google TV, which I actually like better than the other big brand interfaces. It learns what you watch and surfaces recommendations without feeling pushy. I found myself adding shows to my list just because they popped up at the right moment. Voice search with Google Assistant is quick too. Asking for a specific movie usually brings it up before I finish talking. Build quality is solid. The stand is wide enough to hold my soundbar underneath without wobbling, and the back is clean enough that I didn't have to rearrange my entire entertainment center. The anti-glare coating is a nice touch. I can watch during the day without pulling the shades all the way down. There are a couple of things worth mentioning. The price is definitely premium, so if you're on a tight budget this might not be the one. Also, if you mount it on the wall, the supplied screws are a little short for some mounts, so you might need to grab your own longer ones. Those are minor compared to what you get, but worth knowing before you drill. Overall, this TV makes everything look better without feeling like it's trying too hard. If you've been holding off on upgrading because you think the difference won't be noticeable, try this one out. The link is below if you want to take a closer look. For most buyers, the real question is not whether Sony 48-inch 4K Ultra HD TV A90K Series, BRAVIA XR OLED Smart Google TV with Dolby Vision HDR and exclusive features for the PlayStation 5 XR 48 A90K latest model, black sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like intelligent TV processing, the cognitive processor XR and OLED contrast XR OLED Contrast Pro technology allows you to actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like Sony 48-inch 4K Ultra HD TV A90K Series, BRAVIA XR OLED Smart Google TV with Dolby Vision HDR and exclusive features for the PlayStation 5 XR 48 A90K latest model, black usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.